Okay, so my name's Rebecca Sykes. I've worked in renewable energy for about 10 years now, mostly in the research side. I've worked in wave energy, tidal energy, and now offshore wind. But last year, my partner and I decided to set up a project called Clean Seas Odyssey because we wanted to use the resources we had to hand to investigate and to learn about marine plastic pollution. We wanted to understand what people were doing in their lives, as well as the professors and researchers who were unpacking the evidence around marine plastic pollution. And we wanted to create an educational project, so we went on a voyage of discovery aboard our wooden pilot cutter called Amelie Rose to investigate and share those stories. Along the way we met amazing people, from artists to environmental lawyers, people who were working in waste management, and told their stories through blogs, through social media, and through video much like this. And along the way we had amazing experiences with wildlife as well. With seals, we saw dolphins, we saw oysters, we saw the small to the large. But we also saw the impact of plastic pollution on the beaches around the UK and around the coast of Brittany. We've been sharing as much as we can, but of course we've come back from our project and life has sort of taken over since October, with going back to work and keeping our businesses running. So we're also in the process of reaching out into surface against sewage and into local communities who can help tell the stories of people in their local areas.
Okay, that's great, Rebecca. Could you just sort of tease out a little bit the connection between plastic and oil and the climate crisis?
I can. So plastic, is most of it at least, is made from fossil fuels, from some of the byproducts of oil and gas production. And especially with the increase in shale production in the US, there are increasing amounts of investment going into the development of plastic production. And plastics can also be made from biological materials, from plant-based sources and from waste streams. But those plastics generally are not biodegradable. So even if they get into the environment, they still actually cause marine plastic pollution. There's some research which is yet to be sort of fully conclusive, related to potentially increased particles within the sea, changing some of the ocean processes. And those ocean processes are the ones that actually absorb and move carbon dioxide and other chemicals around our oceans. So in that case, we've got a potential opening for another way that plastics are actually impacting on our climate, as well as actually those fossil fuel production and the investment in fossil fuels impacting on plastic production. Yeah,
I've heard that. And I mean, anybody watching this video, what would you say to them that they can do simply and easily to help?
Simple, easy things. So anything from getting people engaged on the plastic pollution side in visiting their beaches, seeing the impacts on our own shores, but also introducing that to other people in your communities. So sharing this information, sharing that knowledge. This is about awareness, but there are also small practical things you can do for yourselves, which both may have an impact, but also reinforce the commitment for yourself in your own life. So I always travel, I'm travelling at the moment, so I always travel with a water bottle. I mean, this one actually does have a plastic lining, but it's reusable, so I'm not using a new water bottle every time I'm buying water. I also have drinking cups that I take around the place so that I can use and get these refilled. But the main thing really is also to campaign and to make your voice heard within centres of decision making within politics. So local MPs, local councils, joining a plastic-free community if there's one with Surfaces Against Sewage. In terms of climate change, it's about switching your electricity suppliers to renewable suppliers. It's about making it known that actually renewables in the UK is moving towards a success. There is already 9 gigawatts of offshore wind installed in the UK, and we're heading for 30 gigawatts by 2030. That's the aim.
Brilliant. So that's some good news.
That's some very good news.
And have you visited the No Waste shop in Totnes?
I haven't yet. I arrived in Totnes yesterday.
Right.
So I've yet to explore.
Yeah. So it's the UK's first No Waste shop, and so they only have brown paper bags and glass, and that's it. So right at source they are cutting out plastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have to remember that this is a bigger problem. It's a complex problem. It's a systemic problem.
Indeed.
So we have to remember also that the small decisions that we make, when acted on collectively, can make a big impact, and that's both in the negative as well as the positive.
Yes.
And so we also have to be aware that actually everybody shifting across into one particular solution can actually create a bigger impact further down the line. So we have to be aware of the systemic issue.
Yes, yeah, that's a good place to end, because that's really a big part of the problem, isn't it? That the systems that we have in place need to change.
And we are many people.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Rebecca. That was wonderful.
Thank you.